And then I come in here and then I see random people just kicking the weight around just to feel like, dude, you're not going to do anything. That's not going to do anything for you.
Personal accountability means you're responsible for your own life, which means you are in power. You have the power to control and change your life.
Welcome back to the strength series. This is going to be episode 2. I was going to film one for a pull day. That's what I said I was going to do next, but time got away from me. I got really busy with some personal stuff, and it doesn't matter. Now we're here. We have a leg day. If you guys seen my older videos, you guys already kind of know the gist of what my leg day is, but this is going to be more of like a breakdown of what I do to get stronger in my lifts. This past year, I focused a lot on lowering down the reps, making sure I'm hitting my form correctly, doing some stretching beforehand because I have really tight hips and I have flat feet. Some people say that's an advantage. It's because of the alignment of your foot and your ankle. So if you have like a flat, if you have a short, I don't know, there's something in your ankle. Some people have it longer and some people have it shorter. But if you have an elevated curve, like a curve in your foot, you're gonna have to have squat shoes on. For me, I just go full, just socks. I just wear socks, and I don't know, it's comfortable for me to squat. I know C-Bum squats like that, just barefoot in his gym. I don't have the luxury of going barefoot here, but I do have socks. So I just squat in socks. I feel like my range of motion, it doesn't hinder my range of motion. It actually kind of helps because I used to squat in like Converse, and I have really wide, like a wide toe box or like wide feet. And I've tried all the wide toe box shoes, and I don't know, it's just uncomfortable for me. Let me make this intro quick because I shot an ad for Bucked Up, it's a new pre-workout. Let me show it to you. Make this quick because I just took this pre and it's kind of hitting me. It's already been 15 minutes. Bucked Up came out with a new I like big bucks and I cannot lie. It's pretty sick marketing, I'm not even gonna lie. They came out with 3 flavors. All 3 of them are fire. I have all 3. The reason I have all 3, they sent me 4 and 2 of these, so I was like, let me crack one open. This one is by far the best. I've tried all of them. This flavor is the best. This is our newest drop. And you guys can go pick it up now. It just dropped, I believe, like yesterday, 2 days ago, because like I said in my last video, we're having a Bucked Up summer sale, and it's live right now. As of today, this might come out tomorrow, I'm not sure. From the 20th to the 23rd, if this is still live, I am doing a giveaway on my Instagram. If you use code Caesar10 and you can get a tub of this, which you shouldn't because I'll get right to it. You can get anything else. You can get this shirt, you can get sweats, you can get anything from our website. 40% off with code Caesar10. And if you screenshot your order and send it to me, you can win a chance to get a tub of this new line of pre-workout. It's 4,000 milligrams of citrulline, 3,200 milligrams of beta, 2,000 milligrams of L-arginine, 300 milligrams of caffeine, alpha size, huperzine, L-tyrosine for mood, mind, and focus. And this is just a very nootropic pre-workout. So if you don't want that caffeine rush, but you want to stay focused in your workout, I would definitely recommend a tub of this. But yeah, let's get into this because the pre-workout's already hitting me. My rule on wearing a belt for squatting, or when you should use a belt for squatting, is usually only in your working sets. So like right now, I'm shooting for about 4 to 6 on my working sets, and those last 2 you're really gonna grind out. So I threw up my back once a long time ago when I was powerlifting, and I don't want to do that again. So now I warm up with either just the bar and then maybe 135 on the bar, and I just hold that stretch, the bottom portion of the stretch, for maybe like a second or 2, and I shoot for about 4. In my working sets, I shoot for about 4 to 6, and it's normally going to be 6, but depending on how you feel, wear a belt, because those last 2 reps are going to, depending on how you're doing a squat, if you're doing them properly, you should be feeling no resistance in your lower back. You're just really gonna have to grind that last 2, and your lower back might have to give out a little bit. That's what the belt is perfect for. So yeah, I'm very pro using the belt in your working sets, but only in your working sets. You should really try to use no equipment at the beginning of your workout. But yeah, now I have 2 plates and a 10 on each side. Let's see how this moves. I started seeing stars on that one. You guys know the rules. Drop the weight and go for like 10 to 12. Now moving on to barbell RDLs. I think I said in the previous video that I preferred doing dumbbell RDLs, but now I've changed it up and I started doing it with a barbell. The only reason is because I ended up realizing that I was probably doing them wrong. So I would feel it more in my glutes and not really much of my hamstring. Yes, I know the RDL is going to target your glutes. What I was doing was I wasn't hip hinging the way I should have been doing. I should have been hip hinging more. That's going to target your hamstrings way more, just going up, just like hip hinging, not hip hinging enough. You know what I mean? When you have, I hope I explained this well. When you have 2 different weights, like individual weights in each hand, your body is going to get used to a certain amount of weight in your hands, And for me, my grip strength usually gives out like midway through the RDL. Your forearms and your grip strength is going to be a lot more used when you're doing individual weight. Because think about it, your left side and your right side have 2 different strengths. It might differ a little bit, but it's different. When you're doing it on a barbell, you're sharing that weight through an entire bar. And I don't know, lately my grip strength has been a lot better with the barbell. That way I can focus on hip hinging more. That way I can target my hamstrings. You're still gonna hit your glutes, but yeah, my grip strength was just giving out. And you can have the argument of using wraps or wrist wraps, I guess, and letting your grip strength not be such a problem. I don't really like using the wrist wraps unless my grip strength is like completely done. I like using it up until my grip strength is out. Yeah, enough of that. Into the movement. We are on our second set. We got 4 plates on here. We're shooting for about 8 to 10. The first set is going to be 10, very nice and slow and controlled. The next 2 we're going to shoot for 8. If we can't get 8, you already know the rule, we'll drop it in half, rep them out till we can. This one is really going to hit the entire leg, but depending on your foot placement, you can either hit more of the outer leg or the teardrop. And for me, I'm shooting for like about maybe kind of neutral, a little bit north of neutral, if you know what I mean. And my toes are pointed a little bit out, making sure that you're pushing through your knees and not just like the bottom of your feet is really going to target that outer leg. Because for me, that's just like the smallest part of my leg. Leg extensions, pretty basic. The only thing I would have to say for the leg extension is make sure you're doing the full range of motion and you keep it in control. You're not doing the just fucking kicking the machine, kicking the weight, you know, moving the weight around just to move it. Like, the point of this leg extension is basically just to burn out the rest of your leg. For me, I'm doing it to hit the teardrop. So my toes are pointed, keeping it slow and controlled, good range of motion, and that's pretty much it. You can't really mess up on a machine. Like, it literally tells you what to do. And then I come in here and then I see random people just kicking the weight around just to feel like, dude, you're not gonna do anything. That's not gonna do anything for you. But yeah, that's just my pet peeve. After this, we got some calves because it's also part of the leg. Can't skip calves. And then I like to do a little bit of ab work or core work at the end because you basically engage your core throughout this whole workout without even knowing it. And I just do some knee raises or leg raises. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing much else to this leg day. Just making sure that you're keeping those basics and fundamentals in check, keeping your form in check, keeping your range of motion in check, and, you know, having fun without getting hurt. So let's move on. All right, guys, thanks for watching. That's the end of this leg day. It's very simple, but just focusing on the key things that matter. Right now, for me, it's focusing on range of motion and building up my strength. You know, those just checking those little tweaks and cues when you're doing these movements, making sure not to hurt yourself, because if you hurt yourself, you're out for like a week or two. But yeah, this leg day was very necessary because I felt like I was at a plateau for a little while. And I was kind of getting comfortable. And for me, the worst feeling is getting comfortable. Because once you get comfortable, you just kind of want to stay in that realm of, I can do this weight, I can do this amount for this many reps. And you get comfortable, you get stuck, you know? And that's the worst place in life to be, is being stuck. You know, you get a nice comfy job, you get maybe a relationship is starting and she's kind of nice, but there are a few red flags, or you're in the gym, for example, and you're finally at a weight that you reached, and now you just kind of want to stay there, you know? For me, it was 2 plates. After a motorcycle injury, for me, my comfortable stage was like 2 plates. And then the other day, I came in to hit legs, and a guy asked to work in with me, and I was at the point in the workout where I was already doing the 2 plates. It was the end of my end of my set, and I was going for 6, and I was going to go after him. He hit 10, and I was like, damn, now I have to shoot for 10, you know? I pick up the 2 plates, I put it on my back, I go to squat, and I ended up hitting 8. And the crazy part was that I felt like I still had 2 left in the tank, but I didn't. And then I went home that day, and I was like, fuck, I could have done those 2. And he told me towards the end of the set, too. He was like, you had 2 left in you. I could have spotted you. But I went home and I reflected, and I was like, damn, I just felt comfortable. But I was shooting for 6. I got 8, knowing that I could have probably hit 10. So, you know, the message for today is just don't get comfortable, because that's just going to hinder your growth. And today, I did the 2 plates with a 10 on each side. Somebody do the math for me. And I did 4, you know, but to punish myself, well, I don't want to put it in that frame. Don't punish yourself, but push yourself to do more. So, yeah, I hope you guys learned something with that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.